Hello, beautiful life gamers. This space that we are getting to share now is a beautiful one. And the essence is coming together in space to relax and to release the pressure of having to make life happen. The invitation here is to create space in your life, however that looks or feels right for you, to be able to meet in this energy of inner calibration, of relaxation, so that the space that we tap into together is the clearest, most open and available for us all. There is so much stimulation in our everyday lives, and coming together in space devoted to truly slowing down, meeting all of the parts of ourselves, and opening to our own healing presence is a real gift. So taking our time to settle in together, really allowing this space of devotion, space for grace, space of tuning into our collective breath of life, and to whatever degree your heart calls, to open to the magic of the holy instant, the moment of recognition of our true nature as energetic, spiritual beings. The essence of this energy being love that connects us to life, to one another, to all of creation. And as usual in this space, the invitation is to absorb what resonates and let everything else dissolve in our awareness. This kind of space may be foreign or alien to many of us in today's society we find ourselves in. We may meet judgments and the reactive parts that want to shut it down and run away. And the call here is always to tune into our own discernment of what is right for us in the moment. True life happens in right timing. the illusion of a separate mind and separate self gives rise to the confusion of having to make it all happen, having to figure out life for our individual self. And it appears that we live in a society that promotes this confused idea. This can cause a lot of stress. A lot of insecurity and a lot of fear. Just on a collective scale, we can recognize this in our individual lives with whatever stress we might be holding. And within our collective environment, just being aware of the underlying vibrations of agitation that we may pick up on. And this is space to soften into our own energetic vibration. Letting all ideas of the mind subside. Emptying our vessels of all of these thoughts and ideas and programmed ways of thinking that we inherit as human beings. Collective humanity. And we are here just allowing the relaxation of this sound vibration to move through our systems, meeting that inherent inner calm beneath the surface. In our consciousness, we can experience a settling. As there is a space within all of us that is unchanging presence, unchanging. While all of our external forms and appearances, our thoughts and feelings, and our senses of self, these are all changing. Who we thought ourselves to be a year ago 5 years ago, 10 years ago, is not the same as the ideas we meet of ourselves today. So it's not the thoughts or ideas that is the consistent truth of our being. Yet there is something that remains. There is an essence of being that stays with us through all of our changing experiences. No matter how intense, challenging our experiences of life have been. No matter what we seem to be carrying with us now. Beneath the surface of all these appearances, these energetic forms, is the true self. That is unharmed, unhindered by these experiences. This light of our being shines through now. In this space, we are meeting the challenge of the mind as an element of our game. The specific challenge that we are seeing in this space is the challenge to make life happen. We have this sense as humans of being an individual, separate self and mind. And in that mind, the idea from this sense of separateness from the whole of the universe is that we are responsible for figuring out and making our life happen. From that confused idea of the mind stems these agitations and reactivities of action. And the beautiful recognition of higher consciousness, of the universal intelligence beyond the personal mind and its contradictory nature. Is the awareness that being separate from the whole is impossible. It is not possible to exist beyond the energetic laws of this realm. It is not possible to exist outside of the interconnected nature of our earth plane. And every movement, every atom of our being is naturally connected to the entire planetary space we inhabit. Our cells, our atoms are part of a greater cosmic organism that is moving as one. Beyond the concepts, let us know this in our deepest awareness. This presents the choice for the mind to align with as to which reality we choose to see. There is a illusory reality in which we can play out the agitations of our mind. We can continue to experience a sense of separateness. And with separateness comes fear, comes judgment, comes destruction. Whether we experience this subtly or on a large scale, it is but one same illusion that we can perpetuate. Where we judge ourselves and thus we judge another, where we are separate and so there is a good and a bad outside of ourself and within ourself. This apparent separation of our beingness from our thoughts of who we are and what life is. And as we meet here, we meet in a spaciousness beyond these illusions of our separateness. Tuning only into the essence of the energy we inhabit here together. And we open to the other choice to live and realize our inherent connectivity with the cosmic movements from the largest scale to the most micro, the movements of our atoms. We can realize that not one single atom is separate from the whole. And in this realization, the sense of individual control and fear subsides. The awareness of our wholeness within ourselves and within the collective earth sphere. This expands in our experience. This sense of control and resistance to ourselves. Naturally comes into stillness as we see it for what it is. Ideas projected from a state of mind that believed in its separateness. It may be a habit of our minds through the sense of living with this idea for so many years, or decades, or generations. And this is the miracle field that we open into now, where all of that stored memory dissolves into this one space, this one interconnected reality that is beyond what we thought that it was. As we immerse in our own spaciousness, the trust of life to happen spontaneously, the trust and direct experience of the movements of life, of forms, appearing and disappearing in our awareness, changing forms. We see these movements with a space of peace that is unshakable. And it is simply our choice to be beyond the changing forms, the challenge of our human minds and bodies. Whatever contrast is appearing in our play of life, we choose to be in the peace that is beyond the fluctuations. And we soon realize that it is the choiceless choice. to be one with the whole. In this, our own reactivity to the wholeness of our unique experience of humanity relaxes. In this is the beautiful understanding that all we really have to do is relax our mind. To receive life as it is and ourselves as we are. Knowing this space beyond the thoughts, beyond the concepts and forms of our experience, beyond the memories. Where all can exist in a higher harmony. And it is simply the choice to relinquish our attachment to a sense of control of life. Choosing to be with universal energy, as universal energy is one with love. One with healing. One with naturalness. Inner stillness, beyond the agitation of the illusion of the separate mind. We have unique experiences of this oneness. This is what makes the play, the game, and life possible. Yet the truth is beyond separation, is beyond differentiation, is beyond what can change. This is the light of the higher mind. The infinite love that transforms all concepts of non-love. The infinite forgiveness that instantaneously transforms all senses of guilt and blame from the agitated mind of separation. And in the healing, natural healing current of life, we allow our existence to flow. Simply meeting the scenes of reality that in this moment, in this space, we are here to experience the harmony of. This is our one choice, to realize our own harmony and realize our own life of peace. Simply choosing peace now within whatever forms we experience in our temporary space on earth. This natural, scientific, energetic, physical, non-physical, spiritual understanding that we are inherently connected to the whole of the universe. This changes the game for the mind that perceived itself to be in control. And no matter what resistance or rationality or thoughts may come that appear in opposition to this natural peace, We remember our work with the capital W is simply to see it all in the awareness of our unchanging being. Of our true self, the only essence that is with us always, that cannot die. This is space for our own wisdom to emerge. While it may appear that we are listening to another, we are here with ourself. Harmonizing our sense of self with the truth of who we are. The peace of who we are. Dissolving the sense of pressure to make life happen. In the spaciousness of life's natural happening. In the forgiveness of our judgments as we have judged ourselves and others. Forgiveness of our experience of this energetic space of agitation informed by the confused idea of the separate mind, merging with the wholeness of life, the wholeness of the true salvation from our suffering in the absolute peace of the self. May we remember our choiceless choice to be the peace of the self, now and eternally in our ever-evolving experience. May we realize the natural healing of our own presence, our own essence, our own innermost peace, which we can own in our experience. Yet it is not separate from the peace of all, of the entire existence we share this life with. Relinquishing our agitation, however it naturally moves through our systems, to choose our peace, to know our wholeness. Thank you.